all of human history, we have shared stories, right? Whether it is verbal or over time, more written stories, or maybe we use pictographs. Sharing stories has always been a key part of the human experience.
I think when we share our stories, we also find that there's lots of commonalities. We have fears, we make mistakes, we want safety and security. So I think as we tell those stories, it also gives us opportunity to connect with one another. And so these stories are guides to the future. They tell us something about who we are and our identity and where we came from. They're stories that transmit values. And I think that's also part of this moment of America at 250.
You can't figure out how to get from here to where you want to go unless you better, more fully understand how we got to where we are today. That's why stories are important. That's why, especially in Indian country, oral histories are so powerful and are passed down millennium after millennium.
Stories are what connect people from the past to the present. Those are the stories that connect one family to another, one country to another, looking at some of their commonalities, some of their shared challenges.
Things were very, very different for someone that was born in the 30s, for example, than someone that was born in 2005. You know, that's 20 years old today. We have so much to learn intergenerationally, and that's why it's so important to share our stories and to ask and to listen to others as well.
When I found out that I was the 7th great-granddaughter of William T. Hooper, who signed the Declaration of Independence, I found it was a necessity to go to my family and make sure that they also understood. We're pretty fortunate to have that history of our family, and I felt the need that it was important to make sure those around me knew that's where we came from.
My parents met in an American concentration camp. Why were they there? Because of what they were, and that was the face of the enemy, as opposed to who they were, which were American-born citizens. And if we don't share those kinds of stories, we will be left with an incomplete story of our state's history as our country's history.
I think to get people more interested in preserving their history, we need to encourage them to visit their museums, visit the local historical societies and local museums to find their story. And if your story isn't there, advocate for your story.
We each have a story to tell. It is my hope that everybody takes the opportunity to learn their history. For Native Americans, we understand that America was built on our land. But everybody that is here now has a story. Learn your story. Did you come from Ireland? Did you come from Germany? Did you come from France or England or somewhere else? When we slow down and learn about ourselves farther back and about other people's histories, it will be a better place.
I think it's important that we all share our stories because, as we've seen in our social media world, we're so isolated from each other. And it's very easy to be judgmental of each other when you don't understand where that other person is coming from. So I think by sharing with each other, by sharing our stories, it allows us to be human with each other.
These experiences will teach us that we have just far more in common than we have apart. And I think that is the message, because I think it's a message that is valuable for this country at this point to hear.